Okay, in this problem we want to find the curl of the vector field given by x squared times y, comma y times z squared, comma z times x squared. And as a reference, these are two ways we can get the curl. If you want to just memorize it, you can do this. It's kind of hard to do that. An easier form is this just to kind of remember. So we'll use this form. So first line is always I, j, k. The next line will be the partial derivative in terms of x, partial derivative in terms of y, and partial derivative in terms of z. Then we write p, q, r. So x squared times y, then y times z squared, then z times x squared. And now we're just essentially treating it as a 3x3 determinant. So we have I, positive, negative j, positive k. So if we go diagonally to the right and we draw a box, and this is what we get. So partial derivative in terms of y, bottom was yz squared, then we have partial derivative in terms of z, then zx squared. So then we do minus j. It alternates positive I, negative j, positive k. So negative j. The thing is, if you go diagonally to the right, you don't have four terms. So we go left, these two, then we go right, these two. So left is partial derivative in terms of x, and then x squared times y. Now we go right, so partial derivative in terms of z, then we have z times x squared, and then we go plus k. If you go to the right, you have no terms, so we go diagonally to the left and we draw a box. And this is our box. So we have partial derivative in terms of x, and then we have x squared times y, then partial derivative in terms of y, then we have y times z squared. And so now we're treating this as a 2x2 determinant, which is kind of simple to do. So we do partial derivative in terms of y times z times x squared. So we're taking the partial derivative of this in terms of y. So we don't have any y term, so this is simply a constant. So we would get 0 minus. Then we do the partial derivative in terms of z for y times z squared. So this would allow us to get minus 2yz. So then we do partial derivative in terms of x times z times x squared. So we would get 2xz. Then we do the partial derivative in terms of z for this. There's no z in here, so minus 0. Then we do a partial derivative in terms of x for y times z squared. No x, so it's going to be 0 minus the partial derivative in terms of y for x squared times y. So we would just be getting minus x squared. And so our final answer for this curl would be minus 2yz, comma, minus 2xz, comma, minus x squared. And that's all we need to do for this problem.